Clavicular, a walking advertisement that not everyone deserves the same rights as the rest of us. Burn bright, but burn twice as fast. And his burn is coming to an end at this rate because it seems like this guy is getting just more erratic and erratic by the day. And you know how this ends, boys.
Uh-oh, another bad day for the looksmaxxing IRL streamer Clavicular, as rumors have it that he was arrested yet again. Last time, it was because of the physical altercation that happened on his live stream, and this time it looks like it could be because of the viral gator clip, you know, where he essentially...
By the way, is Clavicular literally just the new Johnny Somali? Is that it? Because I feel like that's it.
Actually mag dumped on a maybe alive or maybe deceased alligator in Florida.
Yo, boys, we're gonna cut it for a little while. I've got to take care of some stuff, and we'll come back soon. So we're gonna come back in a little bit. All right.
And then on top of that, you also have clips of him firing at a...
By the way, all of that is probably rented. All of these people are fake. It's not you can't afford this when you just suddenly 1 month have like 50k viewers on your live stream, which, let's face it, probably 90% of them are bots. Most of these people are in debt. You know the black guy, almost said the wrong you know the black guy with the morning routine? That one? Yeah, the one that went viral for that. That guy has no money. He is in debt for pretty much everything, and he lies about it. I mean, everyone just lies about being rich nowadays. That's one of the part of the influencers. So, I just want you to know that I live in a multi-billion-dollar castle. Yep. Oh, so, yeah, there you go. There you go. Part of the team.
All right.
And then on top of that, you also have clips of him firing at a drone, which isn't a good look, to put it lightly. I guess Clavicular has been seemingly trying to deal with the consequences of his own actions for the last few days now, but after being forced to end his 30-day marathon...
There is absolutely no way a guy like that will ever take accountability for his actions.
...marathon stream early, once again, it feels like his luck with the law is starting to run out. And now, things might actually be serious this time.
But the message I'll send is, we enforce the law here no matter who you are. If you're an influencer, social media...
Wait, is this the guy who wants American troops on the ground in Iran? Is this the guy?
A celebrity, doesn't matter. If you do the crime
Oh,
here,
is this also the guy who said, "No, Epstein files, who cares about that?"
you do the time, we prosecute to the fullest. We don't give out special treatment.
I know I've came on this channel multiple times talking about how this guy is slowly ruining his life. Well, every time he streams himself doing something crazy like blatantly breaking the law or admitting to insane and sometimes illegal methods to stay lean and, I guess, ascend, in his own words.
More power to him, okay? The faster we get results, the better, boys.
It's not really like he's helping his own life. I feel like he has so much going for him right now. He just doesn't know how to handle it, so he just self-sabotages to, I guess, I don't know, make his life hard again for no reason whatsoever. But I guess the reality of the situation is the fact that
the reality of this situation is people with 80 IQ are not prone to making good decisions on, you know, an extended period of time, okay? Given enough time, which in that case is not a lot, they will self-sabotage. It is inevitable.
Still making videos about him means that he still managed to avoid any real consequences up until now. Which, you know, some people will be like, oh, that's kind of surprising, but honestly, for anything to really happen with US law, it takes some time. And don't even get me started with outside of the US. I mean, we have Johnny Somali still stuck in Korea to this day. But back to Clavicular, the assault charge, or the original reason he was arrested, was allegedly due to a fight that he was said to have instigated between his girlfriend Violet and a TikToker by the name of Jenny Popok. But in the time it took me to record and edit most of that video, he'd already posted bail, walked free, and did some PR with baby goats and set up this like big return
Oh, I like baby goats. They're cute. You can see that he does not like the baby goat. Oh, Jesus. You can see that he is not enjoying himself. Sad. It's a baby goat.
interview with academics about how the jail wouldn't let him wait inside for his driver to arrive. Also, he was worried about all the press outside, and in reality, it was just like a half a dozen middle-aged dudes in polos. Like, it's not like he really had to fight his way through that crowd. Like, there's nothing intimidating about this. But regardless, his response to this wasn't exactly like, oh, hey, I'm really scared of going to jail, either for assault or unloading a mag into an alligator, or both. And I guess, to be fair, up until now, he has managed to get himself out of pretty much every sticky situation he's gotten himself into, you know, mowing down someone with the Tesla, being at a bar while underage and possessing a fake ID, and even admitting multiple times that, you know, he was using that Walter White special to lean max. But none of this has really given him any real consequences. But like I said, until now. Because if there's one thing Florida's not going to let you do is mess around with their alligators and get away with it. So when Clavicular abruptly ended his stream again in the midst of this, what was supposed to be a 30-day marathon, rumors started swirling online about him possibly getting questioned again by police in regards to the mag dump into the alligator.
I think we should, might have to turn it off.
I mean, what is the question? There's literally a clip of that. It's very unquestionable.
For like half hour.
Be right back.
No, not even be right back. Just, yo, boys, we're gonna cut it for a little while. I've got to take care of some stuff, so we're gonna come back in a little bit. All right.
Or could it be the assault, since the day prior it was reported that his girlfriend Violet turned herself in to the police and her mugshot started doing the rounds online as well. And even though she'd gotten out on a $1,000 bond, both of them legitimately being arrested, coupled with Clav disappearing yet again, had people speculating that, you know, it's serious this time. And that's exactly what the Florida Attorney
Sooner or later, it's gonna be serious. That's how these things happen. Just when the fun stuff really starts to shine.
General James Uthmeyer said in an interview from March 30th, where he was asked about the gator incident and gave a pretty detailed answer.
The gator is a protected creature, a majestic creature here in the state of Florida. And there was an influencer, Clavicular, who was caught shooting one on a fan boat. This footage was all over my timeline this weekend of this influencer killing or shooting a...
Oh, right. It's called, I guess... No, is it called a fan boat? I don't know.
Dead or alive. Gator. This is, again, illegal by statute. We pulled it by the statutes of Florida.
So this is interesting because there's still a whole lot of questions up in the air about this incident. Was he on, you know, Florida's public land, or was he on private property? Did the tour guide he was with give him permission to do this? So, like, I don't know. There's a lot of things here. Oh, and then, of course, was the alligator alive or not? So, of course, all of those questions matter a whole lot for this whole case. But this is the first we've actually heard anything from a source with any real credibility on the situation. And if there's anyone we could trust with reliable information on this case, it would...
You know what? I'm not even mad if nothing happens here, because you need to understand these people. They work very simply, because they're simpletons. Simpletons with very, very non-existent moral compass, which allows them to do a lot of things that normally normal people would never do because of social backlash and, you know, just the fact that it's obviously wrong. Clavicular, thank God, is not limited by such trivial matters. So every time people say, "Oh, it's the end for you, Clavicular," you know, angrily pointing their fists. Oh, don't clip that. Angrily pointing their fists in the direction of the sky and being mad and yelling like old men. You know, without being called unk even. Disgusting. He gets just more emboldened because nothing happens. These people, these low IQ individuals that have acquired the amount of fame, you know, you can see this from Clavicular to Tectone to Hassan to literally everyone in between in the middle. The idiots who feel emboldened and untouchable because people said that bad things are going to happen and then they don't happen. And inevitably that leads to a conclusion. A big conclusion. Like, you know, not being able to own guns for 10 years in America. That's pretty fucking wild. And Clavicular just waiting for his one. And, I mean, it's gonna happen. And considering this guy is the most unhinged of them all, arguably. Oh boy.
would probably be the attorney general. But also, it was safe to say that no one was shocked by his response.
What's an update here, Mr. Trump?
Yeah, well, he's been arrested. Fish and Wildlife, the Conservation Commission here that oversees our state parks and permitting when it comes to hunting animals. They're deeply involved in an investigation. Obviously, we have the video, but we're crossing our T's, dotting our I's.
Yeah, the whole crossing your T's and dotting your I's really sounds a lot like he's trying to make sure he has a slam dunk case. And while he likely can't actually share too much,
Or maybe it's just the government being completely inept as always. There's also sadly a chance of that.
he surely doesn't tip.
But boys, listen, I will not settle for anything lower than Clavicular going to jail for like 5 to 10 years, okay? I will not settle for anything less.
To around how he feels and isn't afraid to remind people that this is a felony. And he's definitely not pretending to be Walmart employee or just a silly prank. And this is definitely not, you know, Clav pretending to be a Walmart employee or just a silly prank. They were filming themselves discharging lethal firearms recklessly into the air. Or, as he quote unquote described it, being careless and cocky.
It looks like a serious offense here. This is a felony. You can't just go out and shoot animals here in Florida. We have law and order. We have a permitting process. If you want to go on a gator hunt, there's certainly very appropriate ways to do that. But the imagery you see in the video is pretty careless.
Wait, I thought that gators are like super endangered in Florida or something like that. So you go on a gator hunt in Florida? If what?
And cocky. And at the end of the day, that might just be so stupid that it lands him a lot of time behind bars.
And this doesn't even cover the fact that they were shooting at a drone that they were alleging was spying on them, which also is extremely illegal. But I feel like
Also, it's this drone is spying on us is also not a justifiable reason to shoot it. Yeah.
a broken record at this point, because I still don't know why streamers act like rules don't apply to them just because they're filming content. Like the
Thank God streamers act like the rules don't apply to them. I personally enjoy it.
camera turns on and I guess all their critical thinking just flies out the window. It doesn't make sense. If anything, when you're live streaming, you should be on even better behavior because that's now there forever for everyone to see. But like I said, when you never face any real consequences and instead you're just praised and given opportunities like walking a fashion week, like days after an arrest, I guess you're just gonna act like this. So I can see why he has this whole untouchable attitude, but I also think it's important to remind these streamers that no amount of internet clout is going to save you from the law.
But the message I'll send is we enforce the law.
I mean, that's, by the way, completely incorrect. People with money and fame are very well known to dodge the law, by the way. So there is that part, by the way.
Here, no matter who you are, if you're an influencer, social media celebrity, doesn't matter. If you do the crime here, you do the time. We prosecute to the fullest. We don't give out special treatment. So if you're going to do dumb things, expect to get, serious results.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite possible this is the first time you actually see Clavicular get a little bit more than just a slap on the wrist.
What does the consequences look like?
Again, I can't get it out ahead of the investigators and the prosecutors here. They get in trouble. I get in trouble enough with them. They get frustrated with me. But you're looking at a time of years.
And the attorney general acknowledges that he can't come out in front of the investigation or he'll get in trouble, but he sounds very confident that Clavicular will be served some real justice for how he acted on the airboat. And if we see kick streamers get years for opening fire on an alligator at the height of their fame, he may go down as one of the biggest idiots in streaming history, at least when it comes to some of the largest creators. We have some Hall of Fame morons that he hasn't topped out yet, but this is maybe one of the more viral incidents. But for now, we will have to wait to see what actually unfolds, whether it's a felony charge for the gator or some sort of combination for the assault charges. It's honestly anyone's guess for what's gonna happen. Because the whole Tesla thing, that was crazy, and I don't think anyone thought that he was just gonna get away scot-free after that. But
yeah, like, how did he convince the moron who could have sued him to not sue him? Because it was all on camera. At no point was he even remotely afraid of that guy or for his life. There was no defense. There was no defending that.
it seems like he did. But his roommate did, however, let some interesting information slip on stream. So he's heavily implying that Clavicular is not arrested and not in trouble, and I guess is just chilling. And everyone on Twitter was just creating conspiracies.
Hey guys, Clout's just like resting. He's just chilling. Like people were coming up with so much conspiracy theories. Like, but no, he's just literally just chilling right now. Yeah, were you reading the Twitter com?
When?
Like today?
Today, yeah.
They were coming up with conspiracies of what happened to Clav.
I know.
Like, holy shit, did he get arrested?
Oh, no one cares. In any case, boys, hope for the worst. As always, we win when all of these people lose. We win when all of these people, get fated upon. In any case, 10 out of 10. That was a Tozy. Bye.